like that, and you'll eventually get you'll eventually
Welcome back to the Something Objectively Stupid podcast. This is episode
20. We're on 20 now.
It's episode 20. Episode 500.
Episode 5 billion. 1 billion years. Something objectively stupid. 1 billion years.
I'm going to continue my story anyways, but you eventually get your sword like long enough where it's like, oh yeah, that feels great, and then the game ends. It has a speedrun category for it.
My only experience with that game is we used to play like free flash games in college, and that was like one of them. And like I remember booting it up, and Anthony's like, "Hey, do you want to see the ending in that game?" And he showed up an image. I'm like, "I'm closing this."
Yeah.
I didn't even make it to the dragon.
I think it's actually like its title, like its icon. I think its icon is like the dragon's face when you win.
That's really funny.
I don't remember. No, they're all on the label, like a text. Like they only have the names. There's like Unblocked Games 66, 67, Unblocked Games 67.
This kind of reminds me of my
66.
first. This kind of reminds me of my first experience with anime, which I think I've told you guys this.
Yeah.
So
you told my older brother this story when you were hammered, and I have to tell you this. He brings it up every now and then.
That's awesome.
Every now and then.
And now the world's going to know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think.
You don't know it.
No.
So the way you guys were just explaining that game really reminded me of this. Because, I was a not very popular child when I was turning 13, 14. That kind of age range, 12, 13, 14. And you know what unpopular children do at that age range? They watch anime.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. And I watched Pokemon. And that was basically it.
Nice.
I liked cartoons, but I liked the cartoons that were serious. So in my mind, I connected the two to anime, and I keep hearing about anime. I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? I think at first I called it anima. Something because like the way
an enema.
Yeah, I called it something similar to that. But my first experience, what I did was I typed in because I was a teenager. I'm like, I gotta be hip and cool.
Oh no.
So instead of typing anime. Like, I didn't want that children shit. Naruto, fuck that. I tried watching it. Piece of shit. Sword Art Online, I kind of watched a little bit of it, but this was later on, eventually, right? My first one that I watched was Naruto.
Okay.
But I watched a couple episodes. I got tired of it. Like, this is for children. I don't know what's going on here. This is weird. Didn't even know what One Piece was at the time.
Good.
But I was like, I'm sick and tired of getting these recommendations that are for children.
All your hopes and dreams. Anyways,
I'm sick and tired of getting these animes that are for children, so I looked up on the family computer.
Oh no.
Anime for teenagers.
Oh no.
You might be a genius. You might be a genius.
You might have downloaded a virus. This is the second
then
time
your
I've
mom
said
walked
this.
in.
You know what I did? I looked and was like, oh, zombies are really cool right now. High School of the Dead was my first anime. I watched the first episode. Nothing seemed off to me. I'm like, I hear that the Japanese are horny and they animate weird stuff. This just must be what it's like. I got to episode 9.
Wow.
Before
you got
nothing in my mind. Nothing in my mind was triggering. I wasn't even fucking off yet. Nothing was happening.
You had to whisper that like there's not a microphone in front of you.
I wasn't even fucking off yet.
Hey,
that's gotta be believed.
I at least your parents knew you were straight.
He wasn't tugging it yet.
Yeah, nothing happened in my pants for that either. It was the weirdest thing because then one time we're about to go to church and I'm watching it on my phone. Well, not my phone. It was I was a kid.
Oh,
so
buddy.
Brother
like
walks by, looks down. Girls' tits are out.
Yes.
They're like still covered, obviously, because they had to be.
Yeah.
But they were basically just straight out. And he's like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
Some of them
Pokemon.
Some of them don't cover boobs. Like what's it? High School DxD. They just openly have tits in there.
See, this is why I stick with One Piece.
High School of the Dead is the one with zombies. High School DxD is just a horny show.
Okay, well, it was definitely High School of the Dead because like one of the characters was like a nerdy character who made a gun out of a staple gun.
Yeah,
it just went full berserker mode. And I thought that was the coolest shit ever. But the first clip is like a bullet flying past a girl's boobs.
Nice.
Awesome.
But High School DxD has this funny moment, and this is why I remember that it exists. Because
and then you watched the whole series 7 times.
No, I have never watched it. But
I mean, you like Zero too. I don't know if you can say much.
I love Darling in the Franxx. It might be portrayed as a horny show, and the writer may
have... Let me stop you off right here. When we were work together at the greenhouse, you would not stop talking about Fire Force. Which every damn episode, some woman's clothes come off somehow.
No, okay.
That show is unwatchable.
So let me explain both of these things.
You tried to defend it too.
I can't wait for this to play in front of your girlfriend's parents.
I watch One Piece.
And what happens in One Piece, Emmett? Who's Nami? Who's Nico Robin?
At least she wears clothes. At least they wear clothes.
One of her special moves is stepping on people.
That's not true.
That's not true. I'm watching One Piece now. Anyways, I'm joking. Let me get to my original topic. So my original topic in High School DxD, there's an antagonist who cuts everything in front of him in half. And the main character's motivation is the other main character girl tits. He really likes her boobs, and so
this is evil Don to Don.
He gets and he gets a boost power up, like he has this like mech form almost, and he gets this power up because he's horny and he wants to protect boobs, right? And so like some guy points out to him when he's in his full mech like form, he's like, this guy reduces everything in front of him to half. Do you know what that means? And he goes, I don't know a fucking clue what that means. Means her boob size would be reduced to half of what it is. And you hear boost, and he just powers up to be the strongest I believe he's been in the series. And that's how I remember High School DxD. Fire Force, on the other hand, from what I explained to you, was probably the stupidest thing for me to explain to you, because that's not Fire Force like at all. She appears maybe halfway through. I forget her name. It's like Tamaki or something.
So we were talking about it and at work, and Joe's like, "Oh, you should watch it. It's really good." So the day I was watching. I think this was at the time Demon Slayer was coming out, similar around the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch more anime. So I looked this up, and I see the trailer, and this girl's clothes are coming off. I'm like, done.
Yeah.
I mean,
not happening.
My girlfriend recently recommended that we started watching Food Wars. I'm like, isn't that the one where all their clothes fall off? She's like, no, but like the food is like, the plot's really good. I'm like,
the plot is really good.
And she's like, I hate that part of it, but it's for like 1 second near the end. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't think
I don't want to watch Food Wars. I've already had one close encounter. I don't want another.
I'll stick to my One Punch Man and One Piece, please.
If you grab that Funko Pop over there of Shinra, it's the one closest to you. It's right next to Zenitsu. But that's Shinra. He's the main character of Fire Force. He's just a little guy. So there's 3 different generations. I like that. You pass him around. Look at this little guy.
I really want to destroy the box so its resale value is gone.
I'm not ever reselling it. Yeah, it's sunbleached. I don't care.
Why do you keep it in the box?
I don't know. Just like them.
They're fun.
Funko Pops befuddle me.
Yeah, they do.
I don't get them. I don't like them.
Off topic slightly. Anyways,
this whole thing off topic from what? Remember what the episode?
We have to stick on. Yeah,
now we're I think we stick here. I'm really enjoying this. I think we stick here.
You like this because you're not undignifying yourself in any means. You have no bad stories.
I watch One Piece and One Punch Man. Those are like my
never
favorites.
watched Sword Art Online.
Never ever. I refuse to.
That show's peak.
What's another one that I
honestly though? Sword Art Online gets overhated. I think it's overhated, underrated slightly.
It has its moments where it deserves to be hated.
Yes, I agree. So. However,
wait a minute, isn't there almost like a sexual assault scene in that show? Or is that just
me who it deals with a lot of stuff like that, and also his sister wants to get with him. So there's a lot of questionable stuff.
There's a lot of weird stuff. Okay, so maybe I'm
weird. Anime's weird.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Fanfare in anime is weird.
Yes. Not fanfare. It's fan service.
It's also fanfare. Same thing.
I think the term is fan service. I think
it's fan service if it's sexual. It's usually fanfare if it alludes to. I believe.
Of course, you would know that. That's like knowing the difference between pedophiles.
I don't actually know. I'm kind of just speaking out.
Like, no, he's not a pedophile. He's a hebophile. Like, you're going to jail.
He's a hebophile.
Dude, I'm not explaining it because then I go to jail.
TV shows. Help!
I'm hoping Aiden just believes me in whatever I say. So I'm knowledgeable.
Remember
on
the
everything.
whole short you made about finally catching Aiden lying? You just started doing that after you caught me because you know you wouldn't be caught.
I ain't gonna get caught.
I ain't gonna get
only
caught.
You get caught about Sly Cooper and your misinformation.
I watched the video today. Anthony said
grab shit and misinformation. The previous raccoons.
The power of speaking. I think the way Joey speaks and I listen. Like he can tell me that.
I swear to God, if we look back at the clips, you definitely said this about me.
And I
listen. Maybe Joey speaks and I
take off your clothes.
No, take off your clothes, Mark.
Why did you?
Talking about media and everything like that. Only one person will get that joke. Speaking of media and everything like that.
I don't get Invincible. The joke. I'm not one person.
We can be bees.
We can be bees. We can finally be bees.
Like first of all, crazy fan base because they're the first day without a new episode. I didn't rewatch it. I watched it all for the first time once season 3 was coming out because I'm like, okay, this show's actually kind of peak. But anyway, as soon as the final episode dropped, the next day they were just remaking the one scene over and over, and not that one.
Which one? It's the first season.
It's the first season. It was like I had a pretty interesting day at work. It was like, oh yeah.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Yeah, the original one isn't. Are you sure? It's. Let me break it down for you, Mark.
Yeah, that's months ago.
I thought the original was.
Excuse me. Yes, Omni-Man cheeked up.
Omni-Man what?
Cheeked up. Where it's like
that was like the
first one. I would say like Invincible is very close to what I would consider anime, kind of the same as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
No.
On that same wavelength. It's westernized. It's Western anime.
Yeah, but
Invincible isn't anime.
Justin and I had this argument before. It's not considered anime if it's not produced in Japan.
Exactly.
So
it's kind of like saying something's Wagyu beef when it
it wasn't raised on a Wagyu farm.
Yeah.
What's westernized anime?
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Just a cartoon.
Yeah, it's just a cartoon drawn in an anime.
See, the thing is,
I feel like that's an undeserving title for it though, because cartoon automatically makes you think kid show like SpongeBob.
Well, no, that's what you think of. But cartoons are also Family Guy, American Dad, South Park.
Those are cartoons.
Those are also all cartoons. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is peak.
That's a cartoon?
I have the Book of Bill actually in the other room.
You have the Book of Bill?
I have the Book of Bill.
I want to see it.
Don't open it. He'll get in your brain.
Actually, that's kind of what it says on the first page.
Yeah, don't open it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was the conversation topic for today?
I kind of just like the anime conversation. That was
we'll save the next one for next week.
What we underrated animes? Welcome to Underrated Anime. Roll credits.
Roll credits.
See, this is the problem for me because I don't watch a lot of animes.
But this isn't gaming. Like, we want to do gaming.
I know we want to do gaming, but like...
Can we really talk about anime?
Well,
without incriminating ourselves?
How about anime in video games?
What do you mean? What about incriminating yourself?
Hold on. What about anime in video games in the style of, like, Hi-Fi Rush?
Hi-Fi Rush is really cool.
Like, Hi-Fi Rush's art style is based off of that similar design. There's also a game coming out recently where you're a operator for superheroes. You run like a superhero team, but you're just the guy on the phone.
I think we should be able to talk about things we're passionate about. If we want this week's episode to be anime, then are we ready to have the anime episode be aired?
Well, it's a little too late now. We're 13 minutes in.
Well, we just our starter, boys.
This is just our starter.
Are we
is the transition now?
That's fine, yeah.
All right, I guess let's transition.
But I would say that Sword Art Online is underrated. You know what else is underrated? Video games.
You gotta stop transitioning like that before
you strangle your ass. You read the hook. You had a hook written.
Read your script. That's awesome. I do not read the scripts.
Joey doesn't need to. He's got it on lock.
We're just talking about anime for the last 13 minutes. That's how unlocked we are.
I was listening to the Always Sunny podcast, and every episode they kind of dissect an episode and talk about how it's made. Really cool because they get it together. They like talk about how the film production went for the shoot. The first 20 minutes they were talking about the I-95 blowing up.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, like it's just interesting stories that they're like passionate about talking about, or it's an interesting topic, right?
Hey, all of our one commenter, Zach Poppy, write down in the comments what you think we should do.
The hook that I had down was for
video game movies.
Yeah.
Dang it! I knew you had one.
Yeah, because the hook was this isn't going in, obviously.
Yeah, this isn't
The
going
hook
in.
was Hollywood keeps making video game movies that no one asked for. So today we're asking for them.
Yes.
The Nether.
Nether.
We did that last episode.
All
Go
right.
watch it.
Do you guys want me to start with underrated video games? Because I think you ever
This is
see
just
those?
the cold open, which we said we wouldn't do.
I think we're
Fuck it,
15
we
minutes
ripped
into
it.
a cold open. So
Dude, we
what?
ripped it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This is a good tester on this
If
mic
we rip
flunk.
it,
You know,
if
mic
we
flunk.
rip it.
This is a good tester.
It could flunk.
Hold on.
Are we okay with just
If your
stuff flunking?
game starts with an
It's
O,
already flunking.
if you can say that. No. Does your game start with an O?
Yes, yes it does.
Those
Can I say my game first?
Wait. 3, 2, 1.
Omega Striker. Oh, Omega Strikers, thank God.
I'm really glad you picked Omega
So
Strikers.
which ones
I'm
were
glad you
yours,
picked-
Evan?
I picked Outer Wilds.
I picked Omega Strikers. Outer Wilds is a crazy pick.
I'm
happy that you
sorry,
picked
but
that.
the way you guys deserve an O is just completely different.
Yeah, I was so ready because I said earlier I can only play my game once, and the way Joey looked, it's like, does he remember that I said that?
Omega Strikers, you can only play
Yeah,
once.
but I didn't want to ask him because then that would ruin the bit. But I was hoping we would say it at the same time, but we didn't.
Omega Strikers took over my life, but would we say it's underrated?
I would.
I would think that it definitely ended up falling off
I did the thing that you
before.
said we wouldn't do.
I think it's a good. I mean, it's a good question. It's better than. I wanted to start the episode off by not saying that's not underrated, buddy. You can ask the question. Do you think? Not.
Yeah.
That's
Why do you think? Because it was a very popular, like a lot of popular streamers played it.
A lot of popular streamers did play it, but it felt like for a lot of popular streamers, it was kind of just paid streams, and then they moved on to the next thing.
It was very one and done. It was one and done.
Very one and done, but I think it's similar into the sense of almost like League of Legends, God forbid, where you have your abilities, your characters, and everything like that, but it's mixed with cornball soccer.
Soccer,
right? And I found the game interesting.
I thought Omega
You could
Strikers was more like air hockey.
Yeah, I feel
air hockey. Sorry,
I feel air hockey.
Air hockey is more valid for it, but I think it had a very large skill ceiling where you could get good at it and ranked. It's just that there wasn't enough people playing it where it didn't shoot itself off the ground to where new players are still new and it's really easy to play, and then everybody's great now.
The issue that happened as well is that nothing really changed with their formula.
100%.
They had game modes, but like there just wasn't enough meat and potatoes, I would say.
Yeah, they didn't update it quick enough. Oh, you have a cat with you?
I do.
He's chilling. Also, kind of to bounce off Joey's point, it's got
I
the
hope you
same
bounce off it.
problem. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
bounce off it.
You will bounce on it. It's got the same problem that I find that Rainbow Six has, is that there's no new players getting into Rainbow Six.
No.
You can't. You do the tutorial and then you get whopped by like Jinxie.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
I love it.
So someone will take your
funny.
clip and break it down on why you did everything wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
He's here in the corner, $100 or I shake my ass on camera. I can fucking smell him. He's
Yeah.
there. I fucking.
It was a
Jinxie's great.
misinput. You calm down.
Yeah, it's that's a good clip too. I think Omega Strikers. I played it a lot. Our friends played it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I ended up being like level 17, and they were like level 99. I'm like, this matchmaking is awful. This
Yeah.
is atrocious.
Yeah, Omega Strikers, because we had one friend who went so hard.
It was
into
actually three of us.
Yeah.
It was
No, but like he was top 4.
He was not top 4.
No,
he
it
was
wasn't top 4.
Top 4.
He was
It
top 400.
400.
My bad.
Yeah, not a yeah.
But
kinda crazy.
what's it? He was very skilled. He who should not be mentioned unless he joins this podcast, in which case he can get into our server. He who should not be mentioned, Zach and me. We ripped that game, the three of us. We just kept
Yeah.
playing it for like a month. We got home, same cycle. Want to play Omega Strikers and cry at your
Got
life?
home.
Yep.
Those two didn't get home. They just kept
They
playing.
were in school. They were in school.
It was devastating the day he had to go away to be a fireman. We couldn't play Omega
Couldn't play
Strikers
Omega
anymore. That's what
Strikers.
killed
And
it.
Yeah.
And then you lost half their player base with that one.
That's
slide.
right.
Not only that,
Plus
Zach
1/3.
named it his pet after one of the characters.
Yeah,
He
he's
did.
right. Yeah, it's
Yes.
a good name.
Fini.
Fini is regardless.
I
it's a
think
good name.
Omega Strikers was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but for me, working a regular job and then coming home to play with my friends who are grinding that shit.
Exactly.
It's not that we're grinding it. Like there's
no, that you just said that you got Omega Strikers. That's not healthy.
It's not a grind in the sense of like you're gonna get better abilities and stuff like that. You're just gonna get better game sense, and it's like playing League of Legends.
If I'm gonna play against a challenger in League of Legends and I'm bronze, I'm not
picking that game.
And if I get yelled at for not passing properly, which I did because I just thought, hey, funny, go this way, because I didn't know any better, then my friends yell at me.
I agree.
It was their League of Legends, and I think it's so funny that they won't admit that.
It was their League of Legends.
Yes, but you make the argument that you just got home and then you don't want to do that and you don't want to face against people like that.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Oh, I thought you were going to say, but you played League.
But you played League as well with me.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, but no, there's a wider base in League where I could have good matchmaking and actually stop.
We played League.
I played Syndra. I threw my balls.
North Korea doesn't let you play League.
They only let you play for 1 hour. You get 1 hour.
I don't know why. No more Ziggs.
Who's banning Anivia? She's my pick. I like the little egg. I like coming back.
I'm gonna throw.
I'm running it down mid.
Who is that? Joker?
They're killing our dog. Mr. Nasus is 0-3.
Yeah, I think Omega Strikers good pick.
Outer Wilds.
I definitely think that it would have been underrated. I will say because like it kind of dropped off a cliff. I think it got too popular too fast.
They
100%.
put so much into advertisement for streamers.
They're in the work on a second game, Platform Fighter. Same engine though.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Platform Fighter. Okay, so Smash Brothers. That's literally any platform fighter.
Rivals of Aether, Super Smash Flash.
Never played those.
Rival of Aethers? You're the one. Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah, same thing as Smash Bros.
I wouldn't say it is a Smash Bros. I would say it's a platform fighter.
Okay, sure. Platform fighter, which is...
Because like, if I call all racing games a Mario Kart, I'm going to get murdered online.
Is that Gran Turismo? You mean Mario Kart?
I mean, that's a Mario Kart, right? Like, it's like, no. The only thing you're allowed to do that for is Metroidvanias. Those are two genres.
It's like my grandma when I'm playing Kirby. She's like, "Oh, I love Mario." I'm like, "Yep."
Thanks,
like you're being a grandma right now by calling them all. I forget what the original bit was.
I guess I'm old.
Holy, dude! Dementia's hitting us hard. That bit started 5 seconds ago, and we all forgot it.
Yep.
Sad.
I mean, we started this episode talking about this being anime, even though we had a set
Not
idea.
just any anime. Remember that. Not just any anime.
Go back to the beginning and watch that section again.
I bet you the police are watching that over and over looking for evidence. I bet you.
That's terrible.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so I picked Outer Wilds. Really cool game. A phenomenal way to experiment with non-linear storytelling.
Great art direction.
The worst part of the game is that if you know what you're doing, you can the ending is right there from when you start off. The speedrun from the game is like a minute 20. You can beat the game glitchless a minute 20.
I think it's 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes, 23 seconds.
It might be.
Oh, my bad. You got it wrong.
So, yeah, it's a game I think it's like a 10-minute cycle. And every time you're in like a time loop every 10 minutes, the universe explodes. And so you start off on this little planet.
Like Majora Mask is.
Kind of, but you start off on this little planet and you're like, today I join the space expedition and I will go out to all these other planets and look for life. You're kind of going out and like you go to this one planet, you have like a radar and you find music, go to the planet and there's one of your species chilling there. It's like, hey, just chilling here, playing a banjo or something like that.
He's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting for the tsunami to consume him.
Yeah, he's like, the world's ending. See you later, pal. So then you go and you explore the island. You're like, wait, there's some like ancient civilization here. And you learn a bit about the story, and then you go to another island. You learn more about the story, and then the story on that planet helps you solve a puzzle on this planet to learn more about the story on another planet, so you can solve more puzzles. Until at one point you realize that this ancient civilization has a crashed ship somewhere, and they've learned the ability to, I guess it's time travel to like the fourth dimension. And at one point, you're like getting struck by lightning on a moon, and you get to meet them, like the ancient civilization. They're like, "Hey, pal, this happened to us, and the world's gonna explode. And you want to sit and chill at the end of the world with me?" And you're probably like, "Yeah, dude, I've spent 50 hours in this last 10-minute time loop. Please." And then it's beautiful. You all just kind of sit there, and the world explodes, and the ending tells you a lot about like, I guess it's your own interpretation of how you want to do it, but it's like a meaning of existing. Even though your existence was pointless, like you're still there. And at the end, it's black. And then it opens up and it's a new planet with like new creatures in like the Stone Age. Yeah. And it just starts again.
That's really cool.
But I can never play it again. I'll never be able to touch that game. They
That's
released
true.
DLC for that game,
Did they?
but it doesn't give you. Yeah, I forget what it is, but it doesn't give you another ending. It's just like another side story you can explore and learn about.
Still cool. Like more of the
I
game.
think those
More
are
of the
some of
game was
my
good.
favorite type of games where it's like you can play it because I love roguelikes.
Yeah.
The replayability and being able to do something different in every game. My crutch has been Balatro for the last 2 months. I think it's the only game I've opened up.
Dude,
Jack
it
Black
has to
behavior.
be.
Yeah, but I will say games that you can only play once, I think are also very good and deserve their moments.
It's just
Yes.
it's just such a crappy feeling because there's no plans to ever make Outer Wilds 2, and it doesn't get enough recognition. And I think that's solely because you can only play it once.
It
How do you
does
sell a
sound-
game that you could be like, yeah, once you play it, once you give me $20, that's it, buddy.
It does.
Sorry, pal.
It actually has a very, very large community following it.
Yeah, but that's it. It's just that group. I rarely hear people talk about it, and if they have played it, like have you
like
beaten
I haven't seen clips of
Okay,
it. I haven't.
so
heard
I
much.
haven't beaten
Exactly.
Outer Wilds for a reason,
because
though.
you saw the ending.
No, because I got violently baked every time I played it, and it's like I went through my own 10-minute loop every time I booted up that game again
Oh.
because I forgot everything that I had just done
That's-
because
yeah,
I was.
That's the peak way to play it. Is
That's
by doing-
actually
by getting super
the
big.
best way to play it because you just sit there and you listen to the music and go, I'm waiting 10 minutes. I'm just going to fucking chill with this guy in his hammock. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's really chill.
It's a really chill game. It's like the best game to smoke and play.
It's so chill. Like, it is the most relaxing game, and the whole time, like this one time on the sand planet, I'm like digging around. I'm like, oh shit, there's sand falling behind me. I'm like reading this story, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm drowning in sand. All right, wait, let me finish this story, and then I drown. I'm
You're
like,
like
I
a
gotta
s-
get there quicker now.
You're like a Scooby-Doo character that flows out beneath you and you go, oh,
Well, it's like, I was like, man, that's really cool art design. Like the whole planet's kind of like sand is moving, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I can't leave. My hole is blocked.
Yep.
But it was a really cool game.
I love it. If you mess up with your ship because you
Oh, yeah,
launch
you can
your own
break your ship.
you can break it. So
Break
I
that
launched
ship,
myself
And you
into
fly
like,
into space. You're like,
oh
fuck,
man,
you float out.
I let like first time like trying to take off. I didn't know what the controls were. Smashed immediately into my
yeah.
own planet and just was stranded there for the full 10 minutes until something exploded and I went home.
I think
If
that,
you-
that type of game. I think I'm going to play it now, so don't spoil it.
I was
too
just gonna
much.
say,
Yeah.
I would, if you're looking for a game that would get rid of your Balatro 1 hour, like a weekend addiction, boot up Outer Wilds.
Yeah. I think I'll buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Just Us or something like that. Like I've just
Oh,
finished
yeah.
It Takes Two with my girlfriend,
Yeah.
What is
and
Just
now we're looking
Us?
for another 2-player game. It's
yeah.
like it's a prison break game.
So Outer
Yeah.
Wilds is only single player, which is tough.
but I mean, I'm looking for another game.
Oh yeah.
yeah, besides Balatro, your
Yeah.
beloved.
So I am looking into other ones, but I think Outer Wilds will also put on the list. It's just money.
It goes on sale constantly. I bought
It
it on
does.
sale for like $3 or $4. Like I got it
Okay.
a ton off. And
That's
that's why I
not
picked
bad.
it up because I was like,
Yeah.
right,
Another
indie
game that's
game.
similar to that. I watched RT Games play. It was Firewatch.
Oh,
was
it's
really
Firewatch.
interesting.
So I've actually played Firewatch. Is that your pick?
It's not my pick.
Okay.
No. I just wanted to mention.
So Firewatch, if you have to mention about it, my original thought, because I used to listen to this awesome podcast, I forget what it's called, I lost the name of it, but it was all about like Firewatch. It's all about
only-
them in a tower, right? And it has
Was it
a
like
similar-
real life or is it like?
yeah,
talking
it's
about the
like
game?
real life, but it's like a real life podcast. They have all the audio direction and everything. It sounds like they're actually
Oh.
there. Very serene, very awesome way to drive to work in the mornings.
Yeah.
Was super happy with it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I got to pick up Firewatch. And so I'm playing it and I'm expecting this like serene experience where I'm going to look at nice like landscapes and everything. And that's just it. That's my experience. I'm going to cut wood. I'm going to get this stuff. It might be a
Sure.
little boring, but I'm going to enjoy it with its scenery and everything. No, it's like immediately into mystery.
Oh, really?
Like within the first 10 minutes, it's like mystery immediately.
Mm.
And I didn't like that aspect, so I stopped playing. So, welcome back after the short break. Sorry, we had to take a quick water break for a moment there.
It is really hot in
It is very
Southern Ontario.
hot. Very hot.
I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt.
That's probably a terrible idea.
Probably.
Back on topic though, where were we in that?
We were talking about
Firewatch, because we're talking about
Right,
games that can
yes.
only be played once, being underrated games in general. So I think Firewatch, although it did get a lot of media attention, you don't hear about it anymore because it can only be played once, right?
Well,
The story was very, I want to say compelling, but also
Yeah.
like it wasn't.
I think you.
It was a
I
very
think
bare bones
Firewatch.
story.
Firewatch was very popular on, and almost it's on the same wavelength. I've been thinking this about the whole time. It's like on the same wavelength as Mario Odyssey. It's a story game, and then they fall off. That's just story games, right? A game with no replayability like
Why
Mario
Mario
Odyssey.
I think Mario
Because
Odyssey is
it's-
hyper replayable.
Of replayability.
It can be very replayable, but is it?
Yes. I've
I've
played
Who's
like
playing,
that game.
who's playing it right now?
I've had like 4 run-throughs.
That's true.
Have you played it?
Oh, I'm sorry that the game that came out 7 years ago isn't still
Yeah,
being played.
Firewatch.
Firewatch came out 7 years ago?
In retrospect to it, I'm gonna get in an argument with you.
Firewatch
And like,
came out 7 years ago?
no,
I think I
it
could
might have. It might
look
have came
up
out in like 24.
like on live streaming like Twitch. I could look up Mario Odyssey and Firewatch. I think there'd be more people on Mario Odyssey than
There's
Firewatch.
still
I don't think
speedrunners
there'd
that
be
play that
any-
shit.
Yeah.
There's still speedrunners
Okay,
that play
yeah,
that
sure.
shit.
Yeah, people are still playing Mario 64. I don't want to hear nothing.
yeah, it's true. So anyway,
Yeah, you're gonna get into an argument with me? Never mind. It's
I'm
done.
backpedaling. I'm goalposting now.
I never said that.
I never
He really
said
is just an
this.
Aiden Kennis. I love him so much.
Man, we switched rules. That's because he's sitting in the corner.
Oh my
this
god,
is-
the corner of liars.
Not only that, but the outline that we have of our podcast, the way that we can communicate, does outline someone during the conversation.
Yeah.
So we need to somehow get Joey here.
Well, no, the thing is, whenever
I'm
you guys
public
talk,
enemy number 1.
whenever talking happens, I never look at Emmett. I always stare directly into Joey's soul.
Well,
I
Emmett
stare,
doesn't
I
like to
stare
look
straight
at
at.
us.
I don't look at
Yeah,
him.
Emmett just looks straight ahead
I
like
look
he's
straight.
locked in and
Yeah.
it's not at the
Like,
camera.
you don't even look at the
He's
camera.
just straight ahead like
staring
he's
at
Usually,
thinking.
yeah, usually you want to like you stare at the picture of Joey
Yeah.
that was down there.
When I was in grade school, I had a terrible problem with eye contact. Like I remember
Like,
one time.
Usually though, when recording, don't you want to like stare just above the camera?
Yeah, but I don't.
Try right now.
Yeah, I'll start at the mushroom. When I was in grade school, I had a terrible problem with eye contact. So bad once that we had to get a parent-teacher meeting. And during the meeting, I kept looking at the clock because I was like, I don't want to be in this damn meeting. And my teacher caught on, and she she's like, "Are you antsy to get out of here?" And I was upset. I'm like, "Can you stop looking at don't look at my
She
eyes."
cut my shit.
Like she was sitting in front of me, and like the clock was up in the corner, and I was like looking at her. I was like, "Look at the clock. Look at her. Look at the clock." And she's like, "Are you antsy to get out of here or something?" I'm like, "Can I please?" Yes, yes, I am.
Now I am, yeah.
Well,
after
no,
that
I
comment.
was. I didn't want to be there. I was like, "This is a stupid conversation."
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's because I'm normal and my brain
autism.
functions normally, and I'm very normal.
See, so Emmett should be sitting in that chair right now because that's the liar's chair.
The liar's chair where Joey sits now.
Why can't it be the liar's chair? Why can't it just be the chair for sitting?
Yeah, stand up for a moment.
That's its title.
The chair for sitting.
I love No Name. Isn't that like exclusive to Canada? No Name brand?
I'm not sure.
I think No Frills is also in America.
I thought that was one of those things.
No,
No.
I think it's also
Here,
in America.
make sure you're a little closer because I don't want you to be out of the camera. Aiden, have you picked your underrated game?
So,
Something that you played and you're like, man, I want more people to play.
so that's a toughie for me because there's a lot. I think I'm gonna go. Pride Month.
Stop
love it.
looking at us.
Yeah,
You're
stop
ruining
looking
the
at me.
moment.
I think that the game I'm gonna go for
She's antsy to get out of here.
is a bit weird. I forget the name of it right now, so I'm gonna do
Give
a
me-
different one. I want to pick a VR game.
Ooh.
'Cause I
Ooh.
feel like VR in itself is an underrated platform.
I
So
like your line of thinking.
'Cause I have an
so
Oculus
true.
2 at home.
Quest.
Quest, sorry. Meta Quest now. I guess. I haven't picked it up in so long.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
it's a damn shame.
Mine's bricked.
Yeah, I'm bricked up thinking about it.
I'm impotent thinking about it because it
This-
pisses me off.
He's bricked up. He's been playing too much
Yeah, so
VR chat. That's what he's on.
Yikes.
It doesn't
That's
actually
vile.
It doesn't run really well on the Meta Quest at
How
all.
would
so
you
I
Yeah, it
know?
can't
does.
play Rex.
You can only
You're
have
the one who
certain.
told me that.
You can only have
I
certain
never-
avatars.
I don't think I ever
I
played.
play.
you
I
told-
played VR chat.
Yeah.
I play VR
Yeah,
chat. You can
so
only
you
have.
look like the type of guy to play VR chat. You look like the type of guy to play VR chat.
Yeah, you look like the type of guy.
You're
that
the type
plays
of guy
that.
to buy VR, not for the games, but to have your hands free.
Yeah, you look like the type of guy that not buy VR but to have your hands free. One more. You gotta do one more.
You just. I got onto it.
I got a little goon over here.
Yeah,
I got a
you're
little
a
goon.
minion.
Yeah, you tell him, boss. You tell him, boss.
He's one of your little fucking
But
cronies.
no, what I mean is so that you can have
This
both
guy.
hands free for other activities.
No.
You seem like
Like
you'd use a
schoolwork
one-handed
and
mode on
cooking.
I'm gonna
games.
continue with my topic here, but no, you can only have like certain avatars on the Quest, so it doesn't run very well, and its battery life sucks.
Yeah, so I think the game that I would pick, because I can't remember the other game right now, and I'll bring it up later, but the one I'm going to pick right now is I Expect You to Die.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
Fantastic puzzle VR game. Used the space so well. It was like a mini escape room.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. The music, it was the style of a James Bond film, but like in VR, so it's not realistic, obviously.
When did you own it?
Yeah, I bought it.
I remember.
'Cause you got me on it.
Yeah, the first dude.
I got number 2 too.
There's a
second. I expect you to die too.
There's a brain blast going on right
God,
here.
my quest.
And I don't even know what this is.
I would love to play the second one.
Yeah, it's peak. I love those
I don't know what
games
it is.
so much. Yeah, no one knows.
We gotta let Joey borrow the Quest
VR
2.
specifically.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's a VR game designed around sitting. So
Oh,
you're
cool.
in a
You're the
specific
chair.
area.
Yep.
That the first mission is a car,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
I don't want to spoil it because like
It's a puzzle
if you're
game.
gonna play it, it's a
Yeah.
puzzle game, right? So the entire enjoyment comes from it. My only issue with it is that it's too short.
I 100% agree.
There's
Also,
like 1 or 2 puzzles that's like, what the fuck do I even do here?
I know which one I had. It was in the very last mission. You're on a train.
Oh, I think. What the fuck?
Who's
Who's trying to-
crawling my room?
Trying to
I gotta go kill someone.
Yeah,
Better
let's
not
go
be
see
Arissa.
that. They just left.
Is it the wrong room for other reasons? For the other person?
Probably. But yeah, it was the last mission. You're on a train,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to figure out like a newspaper, and there's a cipher in it.
So good.
And I was in grade 9, or no, I was grade 8 when the game came out. But I remember I didn't beat it for like a long time. But yeah, I couldn't do the last
Yeah,
mission.
I was searching through my word banks for that one. The last mission for that one was pretty, honestly, easy for me.
Really? Yeah.
The one I sucked with the most was the submarine mission.
Oh, like the one and the cracks are coming up.
Yeah,
That
I
one-
could
yeah.
never do it.
I got that one down to muscle memory because
Hey, they're asking again, Joey. Tell them to
Bruh.
fuck off.
who is it?
Say wrong house, bitch.
Wrong house. Boop. That's like 3. Man. Boy is zesty for it.
Mute that shit.
Can you do that?
Yeah, it's the same dude, bro. He's fucking gay.
Look at this dude.
I bet you he was the guy that was out there like when we came in.
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I wasn't out there with you, dude.
Is he like zoinked?
Is he fent folded?
Yeah, just turn on good on the stream.
Alright, sick.
Yeah.
Where were we?
The submarine mission. I got that one down to muscle memory because I remember struggling with it.
Yeah.
But it was so cool that once I got it, I was like,
Yeah.
throw the grenade in there. Hold the grenade in one hand so it doesn't explode. Get the glue.
Yeah.
Put the glue up there. Put the gear in. Put the water.
I expect you to die.
That's
is-
kind of cool.
I have
that
seen
sounds
the clip
cool.
online, and this is kind of where it goes from like underrated because no one knows about it. But like you see the clip online because it's so damn hilarious. Where you grab one grenade, you pull the pin because they're like, "Oh, VR, have fun with it."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, I need to get rid of this. Why did I do that?" He opens up the container, throws it in there, does a double take, and there's a million
There's a million
grenades in
grenades
there.
in the submarine.
In the submarine,
Yeah.
and you just die. And it's so great because the puzzles are intuitive. It's in VR, and it works so well with the space. I feel like puzzle games are peak in VR.
Might be the best use of the medium is I expect you to die. I have
Yeah.
never felt more enthralled in a game than I expect you to die. And I'd say Robo Recall was pretty good.
Robo Recall was pretty good.
But it was pretty popular.
I wouldn't say it was my favorite.
That's
I think
true.
it came out too early.
Yeah, it was ahead of its
I
time.
Yeah.
liked Portals games.
Because I think what like
I never
if I were to
played
say like
them.
what the best use of the medium is for a VR game, it's super hot, hands down.
I liked Super Hot, best use of VR, but the worst part is that you can't move in Super Hot VR. You
Yeah, that's
stand
the
still.
whole game mechanic.
I know, but like that's the thing though is like
Like you can't explore into a vast world, which VR is really cool that you can do and look around and enjoy the
I
scene.
think Half-Life Alyx did that really well.
Half-Life Alyx was actually pretty decent. I liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so for I Expect You to Die is my underrated game because I feel like people have heard about it. If you're in the VR scene, you've definitely heard about it.
After this, we're getting Joey to watch a trailer.
Yeah,
I
literally.
have a game. I can't remember its name though, but my computer started up, so I gotta go find it.
Another one's like Job Simulator. for
Job
VR.
Simulator was really fun. On my old YouTube channel, it's one of my most popular videos.
Mhm.
What was the one you were thinking? Was it like the roguelike sword game?
I think it's you can challenge other people. You have 3 lives. There's like pirate class, samurai class.
Oh, I never played that
I
one.
want to. I want to say it's half sword, but it's not. It's like Broken Edge or something. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was wanting to talk about. I know it's a very wildly popular title, but the Fallout 4 and Skyrim VR ports.
Fallout 4 has a VR port?
You're
Yep.
saying is
They're-
that underrated? Or?
No,
he
not
said
that
that
they're
they're good.
underrated. That they're no good.
Skyrim in VR is not good?
Skyrim is okay.
Why
At
would,
best.
why would it not be good?
You get so motion sick because it's such a bad port.
You
Oh, I
know
got
what
it
I
right.
played in VR and you're going to lose your mind.
Is it Fallout 4?
No.
Not Fallout 4, Fallout 3?
No, Subnautica.
Really?
I played
Really?
Subnautica on VR for free. They
that'd be
released
so
a beta
cool.
for
No
one
way.
day.
Wow.
And I just so happened to boot it up and snag it.
Wow.
No
I
way.
threw up.
Yep.
Like I get into Seagle Eye and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was my only experience with Subnautica. As I watched the ship blow up like 10 times because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what Subnautica was. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. I was like, radiation detected. Cool. What's that mean?
Your real skin starts burning.
It made me so motion sick because I'd just be swimming down there and then he'd be like,
that's the biggest problem with VR is motion sickness, which is such a shame that's being held back by a weakness of humans.
It's so funny, that little stupid thing in your brain. Actually, it's in your ear. That stupid little fucking thing in your ear.
A little bit of fluid in there.
It's not fluid. It's a little piece. It's a little. It's like an abnormality. I think.
He's in the liar chair.
Liar chair.
I learned it from Up Is Not Jump. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
But I figured out what the game title was because I searched up a little bit. This is my true underrated game pick because the other one was underrated because no one plays VR. This one's underrated because no one knows of it. It is called Broken Edge.
Broken Edge.
So what it is, it's a 1v1 duelist game.
Oh, it's just Jerkmate ranked. You're trying to break Edge. Come on. Are you kidding?
I'll put that one in S tier. That was really good. Dang, Joey, write that one down. Write that one down.
Oh my goodness.
I listened to this.
That was good.
That was a good one. But no, what Broken Edge is, it's a 1v1 duelist game where there's different classes. There is a story mode where you unlock the classes and everything and it teaches you. But what it does is, it's not just swinging your sword. You slowly move in towards each other. Each class has a different weapon. There's a pirate class, which is my personal favorite, because they give you a gun.
Okay, yeah.
So each class is represented, has a representation of that warrior from their period of time. So cool. There's a fencer, and the way that because you can, the main game mechanic is destroying your opponent's weapon.
So
they can't, you have to kill them, right? So you have to hit them.
Yeah.
And one of the main mechanics to do that is by destroying their weapon, which is why it's called Broken Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do a power attack, and a power attack is by copying the stance of the fighter. So what you would do is you can just swing around all you want. That's a super weak attack, right? Yeah. But if you act like a fencer, where you go like this, your sword starts glowing a little bit, and it's a powerful attack, and it will break their sword. And then they have to use their resource bar to then fill the sword back in so they can still attack you.
Oh, that's really cool.
In different classes, there's a longsword class, and the way you activate it, one of the powers is by half swording, where you grab the blade and just go like that.
Oh yeah.
So you have to use it in combination because if your hand goes off, then it doesn't work, right? Another way is by doing long sweeping motions constantly, by keeping your sword in motion. So it rewards you for being realistic to real life.
That's cool.
Because for a longsword, you got longer reach, just kill them. But if you're, you can't just swing it wildly in real life, right? So you have to do the long sweeping motions, which is what longswords were generally used for.
Do you mind if I borrow your Quest?
Yeah,
sometime?
Yeah, you can definitely borrow it to play these games.
Yeah.
But it was super cool. I really enjoyed it. It's a bit of a learning curve. Yeah. And that's my biggest problem because once you learn one class, you don't want to learn another. And there are special moves that you can do for each class. There's the defense where it's a triangle and stuff like that, where it's a combo that you have to do with your body. Oh, and that's really cool because you go boom, 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 and you draw a symbol or some shit.
Yeah.
Which is different for each class.
You ever heard of Wizard Battle?
Yeah, no, that one's really cool. But
Plague of Locusts.
Yeah, I got Wizard Battle after that game because it was really.
I see clips of Wizard Battle.
Wizard Battle, I would say, has a better drawing mechanic because Broken Edge. Yes, that's the name of it.
Yes, that is the name of it. Get in the fucking chair. Get in the fucking chair. Broken Edge. Now, if I see one of my students laughing when I turn around, no more recess. Yes, that is the name of it. What is this? That's the evil substitute.
G-Rice.
Hey, rock. Crazy reference.
Ocean Hennessy's
Put that one in A
office.
tier. Not as good as... Yeah, sorry. Broken Edge, Jerkmate ranked. Really good. It's still A tier.
But yeah, so I think it's reliant on the player base, right?
Yeah.
Because it could fall under the same category that if you don't know what you're doing and you go straight into 1v1, you're cooked.
If you go up against a Golden Gooner, you're finished.
Exactly. But if you do the tutorial like I did, and I just played that over and over and over again, and you learn one class, you can actually have a lot of fun. And there's a lot of different weapons. There's scimitars, dual-wielding pirate.
Ooh.
There's samurai, there's fencer, and there's longsword. Those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head. I think there's a couple more.
Yeah.
There's a Viking class too, where you just go ape shit. But yeah, I think for the Viking one, you have to like go both arms in front, both arms like you do basically like a chance. Little thing, and it's really cool. There's a barbarian class and everything too.
I think
so it's
my
just
only
a lot of fun.
my only worry with like how I imagine that game is like if I'm gonna pick up the Viking, optimal play is just spam the power move.
Well, yeah, that is a consideration, but the thing is, you gotta think there's another person in front of you who also has their idea. For the longsword, what you do is you spam the long swinging motions, right?
Yeah.
But there's a spells that you can use, like the defense spell that broke. You can immediately eviscerate someone's sword if you hit them right, right? So if you know where their sword's going, so they can keep, because like you know exactly what pattern they're following, right? Because they do the same shit over and over and over.
You're like, okay, goodbye, sword.
Yeah, so you can counter them very easily. So there is a mechanic in place to stop people just, repeating the one thing over and over and over again. And you can also do it only so many times per game.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a
Dang,
limit.
I would hate to go against a pro wizard. I don't know, here cast him some thunderbolt, and they're out here with sword eviscerate.
Hot take. I think Fireball is such a basic ass bitch spell.
Hey, I agree. Imagine going to wizard school. Imagine going to wizard school for like 7 years. You get like your master degree in wizardry.
You can mage hand. You can lift things across the table. You can transmutate, and you choose big Fireball.
Yeah.
Your face is on fire.
Okay, well, what if I do this? What's this chance of turning your fireball into an owl? That's so cool.
And then I light the owl on fire.
Oh, God, okay.
I don't aim for you anymore. I aim for the owl.
I'm sick of pretending that Flame 70 isn't just as cool as Jimothy Flame that I made
Fireball.
in Elden Ring.
What the fuck is
Fireball.
I made a character in Elden Ring called Jimothy Flame, and I thought it was the hardest thing ever. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool. It's not, man.
Because he's 12?
No,
This is
months ago.
This is a month ago.
It's
because you're not building properly.
His parents are dead.
Yeah, and he can only use fire moves because he's got the power of fire in him. And then I was like, this is cool as hell. Now I'm like, not as cool.
Because
as
nobody can play fire like me.
He's a loner. That's super
No one do it flame like 70.
He got a red piece of hair dye in his hair.
Like you just made every 13-year-old OC. This is my own Sonic.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind the curve, right?
He's faster than Sonic, and he's super cool. And when he gets the Chaos Emeralds, he like goes super Sonic.
They call him Platinum.
He's the Platinum Blur. Like that was you a month ago.
Yeah, again,
in the year of 2025, when
the
you were
big 25.
you were
25.
20 years old, and you're still doing Sonic OCs.
It's not Sonic OCs, it's Elden Ring OCs, and they're way cooler because Jimothy Flame had a really fucked up face.
He's so autistic. He's so
Here's the thing,
autistic.
I'm a
He's
little
so
bit behind the
autistic.
curve. I'm a little bit behind the curve, but like
For learning that you're autistic, yeah.
Sometimes it just shows up later in life,
sometimes.
He's the earliest in the podcast, though.
Sometimes it
Can't shake it like that.
Yeah, I just get up and shake it like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I feel like that's our
ooh,
problem.
ooh.
We keep referencing other bits. We don't create our own.
What
But
are you
it's
talking
hard.
about getting up and shaking like that? Who else do you know that says that?
Jessup.
That's our bit.
That's his brother.
Yeah, God forbid.
God forbid.
Oh by Jove! Oh, that's right. We're gonna do bigger reactions.
Hold on, I gotta hold on, I didn't laugh hard enough.
Can we do a B-roll real quick of just reaction so you can
Yeah.
paste them over?
Are you kidding? I hope this is kept in. Dude, you sound like that one guy from fucking Flushed Away.
Hold on.
You can't say that! You can't say that!
We got enough bits to laugh a lifetime. Enough like clips
laugh a lifetime.
To laugh a
Amen,
lifetime.
buddy.
Amen. Live, laugh, love, everyone. Happy
I don't
Pride
even know
Month.
what we covered in this episode anymore.
The title's gonna be like underrated games, but I think we touched on it for
The crazy bonanza episode. That was awesome.
What is an overrated game?
Fortnite. No, Fortnite's not overrated.
I think at this point, I think Fortnite's overrated.
I like
think it's
Fortnite
fair
a
to
lot.
call it.
I think it's fair
overrated.
because like the clips I see online, it's just
Dog.
like, look, this used to be a joke. It's like Peter Griffin in the game.
Yeah, Hank Hill's in there, bro. Now that's crazy.
Like it's just they can do whatever they want. They're basically Apple at this point. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think Marvel Rivals, CS:GO, any competitive shooter, I can understand the fan base, but I think it's overrated.
I think COD and Black Ops.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
wait,
mean-
hold on. You gotta understand the lore if you're gonna call it overrated. Black Ops 3, overhated. Great game. Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5, and now the Black
Overrated.
Ops 6 that's coming out, way
Overrated.
overrated. The real fans don't like the games like that. We don't like the 4, we don't
What do
like
you mean
the
we?
5.
What do you mean we?
Joey's,
What do you mean,
Joey's a
we?
weird.
You're a Black Ops fan?
I played the
doing
hell out of
blackface?
Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Zombies was the shit. Like, if I could get you two to hop on Black Ops Zombies like it was the good old days, we would have a riot of a time.
I never played Black Ops as a kid because I was afraid of the zombies.
We'd have a riot of a time.
I liked Black Ops Ghost because there was no
Call of
zombie
Duty
mode.
Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost is my first exposure to the series. I have a fond love for it.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, it was pretty ass.
What's that one gun that just obliterated every single map? It was like the Badger or something like that. You just pick up like the Badger, and it was everyone ran it because it was so good. Hey, what do we say about packing it up?
Maybe.
Yeah. What do we say about packing it up?
We just had a crazy freak out that's being kept in the episode. All right, we're not even.
I'll freak on you.
Our slight transition of this podcast. We're trying something a little different here.
No, you can't say that anymore.
You can't say that. Now you're breaking the illusion.
Hey guys, Mr. Fourth Wall here. I'm broken.
That's terrible. You should never do stand up.
Put that one in F tier.
You've got to stop rating our bits.
Yeah.
All right. See, the fact that you
rating our bits is an F tier bit.
Not joining in on the bit is like maybe like C tier. I think it could be worse.
It's like a 3 out of 10. It's like a 3 out of 10.
It's a 3 out of 10 rage bit. Yeah. See you guys next week.
I hope find out what we're doing because I don't think we even know what we're doing.
I hope you guys, you two are losing it. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast episode. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure to share this with friends if you found it enjoyable. I don't know if you did. This has been a freak out of an episode.
Write down in the comments if you liked this one more or
Zach, right now, number one or number two.
I really hope that in the future, like Danny, whatever that guy, where all his commenters were Greg.
Yeah.
Can we just do Zach for our
Zach's everyone.
Commenters are Zach.
Zach is beloved.
It's spelled the proper way.
Instead of like the something objectively stupiders, it's like we got the Zacks.
The
Zacks. That's all they are.
We have the Zacks.
And make sure you spell it the proper way down in the comments.
Yeah,
Zach.
Love
genuinely
you,
though, Zach. Let us know if you make it this far, and also please tell me which one you liked more, because I had
we
more
need
fun.
to figure something out.
I had more fun on this one, but I can't tell if it's gonna be good.
I had more fun.
We'll see
at the first 15 minutes of this one.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
this should be where we end it.
Yeah, and Dementia's a son of a bitch too. And welcome back to the Something Objective.
Welcome back to the
podcast.
Back
in episode 20.
We're on episode 20 already?
This is 20.
I thought
we're here to talk about our ski trip.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about bay wheels.
Hold on.
Something's wrong. Where are you?
Why? You're in my house!
Get out of my house! Find it! Alright guys, I think we're doing too much. Turn this off.